Morning everyone, whichever part of the world you are watching right now. Welcome to Chris RD Gymnastics Sports channel. We are going to watch the 10 meters final platform men's diving in the China National Championship. He got here 81.6 score. I won't be able to tell the name, but we will just be able to tell to you the scores of the athlete in some observations. We'll do here a 3.6 difficulty. We are now on the second dive of these competitions. This arm stand. That's a good dive. Again, we are seeing here the highest level of difficulties in the world, knowing that Chinese people are doing a great difficulty, the highest level of difficulties in the world. There was just a separation of the legs in the flight. He got 82.8 scores here in his second dive. He will do here the 3.3 difficulty. In this competition, we'll be seeing Chen Aisen, the gold Olympic medal in 2016 and 2012, and silver medal in the Tokyo 2020. It's a great talk. That's a great entry. There's just a little bit of disruption of waters. He did well and good vertical lines during the entry. He did a good time on grasping his hands during the entry. We have here the young man from China, 3.2. He will do a 3.2 difficulties. It's very high. China won in the individual 10 meters platform dive during the Tokyo 2020. Oh, that's a good dive. Let us review his dive here. He did a 3.5 tuck. Although the form, he missed that vertical form during the entry. He got 70.4 score here. Total score is now 140 on the second dive. We have here the new competitor with 3.2 difficulty. He will do a back somersault. Tuck form. That's a good entry. Very good dive. Very beautiful vertical lines in his entry, and that vertical lines is enormously divine. It's just a disruption of the waters. It's the issue here. 76.8 is his total score. This man will do a 3.5 difficulty in an arm handstand position. Well controlled handstand. Feet are glued together and toes are well pointed. Oh, that is a masterclass. That is a masterclass dive. Very divine and excellent dive. Look at those spike positions to the entry. Just some bending in the first part of the pike, but upon the entry, he managed to have a very great form. Very minimal disruption of water. He got 94.5 scores here. Almost perfect scores. Now we have Chen Aisen, the gold in 2016 individual 10 meters platform dive. He is very well known in the world. He will do a 3.5 difficulty here. A backflip somersaults. Oh, very good. Very good dive. Just the disruption of waters are evident. We'll have a little bit of low score there. There's a great pike and the vertical lines. It's good. He got a pretty good timing in grabbing his hands to entering to the water. He got 84.0 scores here. Plus his coach showing to him what are the need to be improved. The next one that we are having is we'll do a 3.3 difficulty. Very high level of difficulty the Chinese are having. We'll do a arm handstand back somersaults. Very well controlled arm handstand. Oh, that's a master class. Excellent entry. From his stock positions to the vertical positions, it's enormously beautiful. He got a good timing. It's just some arcing in his form upon his entry, and it will cost him deductions for that. That's why he got 87.45 scores. Some things that needs to improve on his forms. The next one he will do a 3.5 difficulties. We are still on the second dive. Great pike somersaults. Beautiful entry. Beautiful. Extremely divine. The pike is beautiful. It's very near to the chest, and he had a great time to grab his hands upon the entry. That beautiful vertical lines. It's a great job. But the disruption of waters will have a cost somehow. 94.5 his total score, almost perfect. Just to avoid those some disruption of waters. Alright, and they are going to prepare now for the next set of dive. This is now the third set. Our man will do a 3.7 level of difficulty. Beautiful dive. That's beautiful. Great job from our young man. Just the disruption of water is just evident, maybe because there is that tuck position is good, but during the vertical line he lost his time and it cost him the disruption of waters. He got 70.3 scores here. He will do here a 3.5 difficulty. Some hesitation in the handstand, but very well controlled, well pointed toes. Beautiful pike. Oh, it's a little bit missed. It can be a little bit missed for that. Significant disruptions of waters. The pike position was good. It's just the timing. A little bit fraction of time can cost a lot. He got here 68.25 scores. The next young man that we are having will do a 3.3 level of difficulties. Great pike. That's a beautifully done form in his flight. From pike to vertical lines, he has a good timing, very minimal disruptions of waters. We can say that this is a great dive. He got here 74.25 scores. The next one that we are having, he will do a 3.6 level of difficulties. He will do an arm handstand. Oops, some hesitations in the handstands there. Oh, it's just a missed dive. You can say that it's a missed dive. You get these hesitations in your handstand, and it will affect the flight. A 3.5 twist. You got here 52.2 score. An evident disruption of waters because of his forms. The next one that we're having, he will do a 3.0 difficulty. Most of the Chinese here are executing 3.0 above difficulty, the forward pike positions. Wow, that's a master class. Very great form and well tight body. During his entry, he got a good timing to grab his hands upon the entry from the pike position to the vertical positions. Divinely beautiful. He got a tight legs there and a good timing and grabbing his hands. Very great form. He got here 76.5 total score. That's Chen Aisen preparing to have his dive. We now have here the man that will execute a 3.4 level of difficulties. Inward tuck. That is a master class. Very great dive. Beautiful entry. well-controlled muscles. It has a great timing from tuck positions to the vertical positions, even though there is a little bit of arcing, but he managed to minimize the disruption of waters. 76.5 is his score due to the arcing of his lower body upon the entry. The young man will be executing a 3.3 difficulty. We'll do a arm handstand. Well-controlled handstand. From tuck positions to the vertical positions. Wow, that is what we called very masterclass. Very enormously little disruption and almost no disruption of waters. See that vertical lines? Amazing vertical lines onto his entry. He got his 62.5. It's just, although it's a good vertical lines, there's a little bit of form issues. That's why he got 82 there. Our next man will execute a 3.6 difficulty. You do a arm handstand. Taking time and controlling everything. Great control for handstand. That's 3.5 twists and very good entry. Beautifully done. It's beautiful entry. You see it here from the twist to the vertical lines. It's just the grabbing of the hands. He can improve his timings with that. 86.4 his total score for that dive. We are now on the third dive of the athletes. The next man will be executing a 3.7 level of difficulties. We'll do a forward 3.5 tuck. Oh, it's a beautiful entry. Great timing to position himself in the vertical lines. 3.5 turns in tuck positions, and the level of the entry was enormously beautiful. Minimal disruptions of waters. He will have a good scores here. 94.35. What a masterclass dive it is. We now have here Chen Aisen of China, the Olympic gold medalist, the most decorated medalist of China in diving 10 meters. He will do a 3.6 level of difficulty in the back handstand positions. A well-controlled handstand, well-tight legs and pointed toes. 3.5 twist to the vertical positions. It's just medium disruptions of waters. The form is great. Maybe he's having an issue with timing of grabbing his hands. It's a great 3.5 twist. Very minimal disruption of waters. You get a 79.2 scores here. Just the timing that can reviewing his performance there. We now have here the next man will present as a 3.3 level of difficulties. Chinese people are showing a big level of difficulties in the world. Tack position. Wow. Beautiful, enormously divine. That is a masterclass dive. Great timing in grabbing his hands to his entry from tack positions. And you see those disruptions of waters, very minimal, almost perfect. Well controlled and tight muscles in his legs. He got a good timing in preparation for his entry, causing an enormously beautiful entry. He got a 94.05 score here, and that pays off, having those beautiful flight. The next man will be showing to us a 3.5 level of difficulties. He will do a arm handstand. Same with Chen Aisen. Well controlled arm handstand. There's a little bit some flickers there in his handstand. Beautiful dive. It's really beautiful. As you can see, very artistic. From pike position to the vertical lines, he got a good timing grabbing his hands, a great position of the shoulders upon his entry. Just a little bit, his shoulders a little bit back. He got a 91.0 score here. It's almost perfect. Great job. The next one will show us a 3.3 level of difficulties. These are very unusual positions. Very young man. Tack 3.5. Oh, is a good dive. Really a good dive. Just some arcing upon his entry that causes some minimal disruptions in the waters. His entry, there you go, the arcing, but he managed to minimize those splash. He got 64.35 scores here due to some arcing in his positions of the lower legs. We now have here the next man. He will do a 3.6 level of difficulties. That's beautiful. Beautiful entry, beautiful dive. Great timing. It's just some arcing in his positions. It will have to cause deduction in his level of executions. It's a great difficulty. The pike position was great. Just the end, during the entry, there was some arcing. That's why he got here 75.60 scores. The coach is telling him you just have to straighten your legs more for your next dive to minimize this deduction. The next one will show us a 3.4 level of difficulties. Again, we are seeing here the highest level of difficulties in the world from the Chinese nationals. He did a forward, inward 3.5 twist tuck. And that is a very beautiful dive. From the tuck position to the vertical lines, he did very well. He managed to straighten his legs upon his entry and make it more tight. Beautiful vertical lines in his entry. It's a good dive with 81.6 total score. If he can just straighten his legs in the air, he will have more good score. The next young man will give us a 3.3 level of difficulties. Whoa, beautiful dive, beautifully done. From tuck positions with 3.5 twist to the vertical lines, 2.5 twist with the vertical lines. He has a good entry there, very minimal disruption of waters. He got 82.5. He got just some issue with arcing, but he managed to minimize those disruptions of waters in his entry. The next young man will provide us a 3.3 level of difficulties. It's a great tuck. That is divinely beautiful, a masterclass dive. That's greatly, enormously divine dive. The 3.5 tuck twist to the vertical line, the entry was beautiful. He got a good form there. He got 89.1, slightly arcing, very minimal. He can improve with that. The next man that we will be having will execute a 3.2 level of difficulties. We are now on the 4th dive. Just a little bit missed. A little bit missed dive there. A very evident disruption to the waters from the tuck position. He got some adjustment, unnecessary adjustment in grabbing his hands upon his entry. That's why he got those low scores, 62.4. The next young man to provide us with 3.3 level of difficulties. These are all highest, very high level of difficulty that they are showing in the whole world. So great. Wow, a masterclass dive from a young man. From the tuck positions to the vertical positions, from the 3.5 tuck twist, he got a pretty good timing in grabbing his hands for his entry. Very great form. Amazing dive. He got here 85.8 because of that evident disruptions of waters. We now have here the next young man will provide us a 3.3 level of difficulty. Wow, still a masterclass from back tuck positions, 3.5 twists. The vertical lines, that was a very great entry. It's just some issue of some, again, arcing before the entry, but he managed to do it well. He got here 85.8 scores. The next man that we have will provide us a 3.6 level of difficulties. That's a good combination of twist, and that is a very divinely beautifully done dive. He will have a good score here. This 3.5 twist combined with 1.5 twist pike positions. He got a great entry there, 90.0. He has a good form in his flight. Almost perfect score. Great job. The next that we have is Chen Aisen, the most decorated man of China. 3.6 level of difficulty. That's what he is going to show to us. Chen Aisen is never age. He never age. Great job. Great dive. It's just the disruption of water is evident. Let us look to this slow motion from the pike positions. 3.5 twist to his entry. It's great. That is a great form. He got a good timing in grabbing his hands for the entry positions. He got here 82.8 scores. The next one that we will be having will show to us a 3.4 level of difficulties. Inward tuck. Oh, that is a masterclass dive. Great job. From the inward tuck positions. Great timing. He got a good timing upon first grabbing his hands. That resulted in a very good entry. 3 twists in tuck positions. Great timing for his entry. That is a very great masterclass. He might have here a perfect score. 91.8. That was a great score, almost perfect. The judges gave him a 9.0 above score. The next one that we have will be showing a 3.8 level of difficulties. He will do a forward somersaults. Oh, that is amazing. Beautifully done dive. Let's watch the slow motions. From the 3.5 twist, the pike positions, he managed to get it done. Very well controlled tight legs and well pointed toes to the vertical positions, and the entry resulted beautifully divine. 102.6 is his scores here. That is a masterclass dive. We are now on the next month that we are going to have will show us a 3.4 level of difficulties. We are now in the, I believe this is a 5th dive. Oh, this is a 4th dive. Oh, just a little bit of mist of dive. From the tack positions, 3 twist. So the entry is just the shoulder is a little bit positioned at the back. That causes him a bad form. He got here 66.3 score. The next one that we are having will show to us a 3.7 level of difficulty. Forward, 3.5 tuck somersaults. That is a good dive. Three and a half twist tuck. It's a good dive. He got 83.25 scores here. He will do a 3.7 difficulty here. Oh, that is a masterclass dive. A 3.5 twist tuck. Oh, it's almost 4 twist and tuck positions. 2, 3, 4. Almost 4 twist. It's a great job and great positions. He got your 99.9 score. Masterclass dive it is. Amazing. It's a great approval from his coach. The next young man that we have will provide us a 3.4 level of difficulties. Inward. Oops. It's a good dive, but arcing is there. He will have some cost in his execution score, but really a great dive. From the inward. 3, 2.5 twist. The entry is good, but the arcing is evident. He got here 61.2 total score. The next one will provide us a 3.4 level of difficulties. Yes, we are now on the 4th dive. Oh, I believe that is a 2.5 tuck twist. It's a very great dive. And the inward tuck. 3 twist, very great entry, very good vertical form. Well controlled vertical lines upon his entry. He got his here 86.7 score. The next man that we have will show us a 3.3 level of difficulties. handstand. Oh, there's a little bit of hesitation in this handstand, but beautiful entry. Is a masterclass. That's a great dive. Here, 2.5 twist, and it was a great entry. 72.6 is his score here. The next young man that we have will show us a 3.4 level of difficulties. We are now on the 4th dive. He has been showing to us a very good masterclass of dive. Whoa! Beautiful entry. Still a masterclass. Three and a half twist in the back tuck positions. Beautiful entry, well controlled muscles. His entry. He got 74.8 scores here. The next young man that we have will be showing to us a 3.4 level of difficulties. Inward tuck. Oh, that's a masterclass dive. A 3.5 inward tuck positions in the very well controlled vertical lines. He did a good timing in grabbing his hands upon his entry. You will have a good score here, 88.4. The next young man that we have, he will show us a 3.3 level of difficulties. That is a great entry. That's a great dive. From the inward 2.5 twist upon his entry. He got a good timing there, grabbing his hands, resulting in a very great form. With a great dive, he'll have a good score and fair score here. 75.9 his scores. We now have here Chen Aisen. Very well-known man in diving. He will show us a 3.7 level of difficulties. Forward positions. What a great dive. His coaches are delighted of his performance here. From the forward, almost 4 twists in the tuck positions. Whoa, almost 4.5 twists, a very difficult routines. He will have a good score there, 94.35. Well controlled entry. He's happy of his performance. He did it well. Great job. The next one that we have will be showing to us a 3.7 level of difficulties. That is a masterclass dive. From forward position to his somersaults, to the vertical lines, forward to almost 4 twists in his stack positions, in great timing, in grabbing his hands to position it for his entry. Very well defined vertical lines. He got here 94.35 score. No wonder in that pace off on that very beautifully divine dive. What a masterclass. The next one that we have will show to us a 3.6 level of difficulties. Whoa, that is a masterclass dive from the pike positions, and a great entry in these vertical lines, beautifully formed. Three twists in his pike positions. It's just the chest is a little bit some distance off. It's a good flight, and the entry is great also. Just a little bit of arcing, and it will cost some a little bit of points deduction in the execution score. 97.2 is his score here, almost perfect. He did a masterclass there, masterclass of dive. After the fifth dive, these are their score. We don't know their names because it's in Chinese forms, Chinese character. Just comment down below here who is in the first position. That's Chen Aisen. Just some now Cian. He will do a 3.2 level of difficulty. That is a good dive. Beautifully done. It's a great entry, great vertical lines. He got here 73.6 total score. Cheng Zhong. We are using now a translator from the Google Translate. He will do here a 3.6 level of difficulty. It was a great dive, but just, I can say, a little bit missed. But he did it well. Twin half twist combination of the 1.5 twist spike. He just not have a good timing. He got 81.0 score. Next one we will be having will show us a 3.4 level of difficulties. That's a great dive. You got here 86.7 level of difficulties. That is Shu Jing Gangduang. Next one that we have Shen Kihan Shanji, 3.6 level of difficulty. He will show a back somersaults 2.5 turns, 2.5 turns. That's a beautiful dive. Beautifully done. Some masterclass, of course. From those twists to the pike positions and to his vertical lines, divinely beautiful. He will have a good score here. He has a 86.4 score in his sixth dive. This is the final dive now. We now have the next man in action, Duan Yu Shanghai, and difficulty with 3.6. He will do a 2.5 twist of backward viewing, 2.5 twist of rotation bending. That's a great dive. Divinely beautiful. Great dive there. He has a great timing in grabbing his hands. He has a great form in his vertical lines, well pointed toes, no leg separations. He will have a good score here, 79.2, due to some disruptions of the waters. There is Chen Aisen. The next one that we have will show us a 3.7 level of difficulty. Wu Yiyang Shuan will do a forward and 4.5 twist, hold the knees or pike. The pike positions, my stock positions. There's just some error in the Google Translate. It was a great dive. The tuck position is good. That's a great form and also a master class. He will have a good score here, 88.8. It was very near to his chest, very close to his chest, his tuck positions. It was really good. Now we have the young man in the name of Wang Feiyong Jiangsu. He will do a for 2.5 twist, turn for 1.5 twist with 3.2 level of difficulties. That's a great and beautiful dive. Beautiful entry, still a masterclass. He got here 70.4 level of difficulties, or still 70.4 score on his last dive. We now have here the next young man. He will do a 3.2 level of difficulty in the name of, he will do a somersault 2.5 turns and 1 twist and a half. That's a beautiful entry. Beautiful dive. Look at those vertical lines. It's really great. His score here is 78.4. The next man that we have, in the name of Yang Lin Chen Jin, he will do for 3.5 twist with the strong constructions. Wow, in that pike tuck positions is really great. That is the 3.4 level of difficulty. 3.5 twist is really good. He has a good form here. Very beautiful vertical lines. He will have a good score here. He got 73.10 score in that last dive. Chen Aisen, the next to dive. He will do a somersault 2.5 twist, turn 2.5 twist in the bending or pike positions. That's great one. Just a masterclass dive from Chen Aisen. Oh, the crowds are very happy with his performance. And look at those twists to the pike positions. Very great form, well controlled thighs, and a great timing grabbing his hands upon his entry. Perfectly executed. He was uploaded, no wonder he got a perfect score. 100.8 for his last dive. Great job, Chen. The next one that we will be having, will show to us a 4.1 level of difficulty. He will do a somersault of 4.5 twist. That's a great and masterclass dive. His tuck is enormously divine. From pike positions, 3.5 twist to his entry. Beautiful vertical lines, but I can see a little bit of bending or arcing. I'm not sure, but maybe there was a little bit of arcing. But very beautiful. That's a perfect score, 110.7. And we have here one man to dive. In the name of Yang Jian Sichuan, he will do a forward and for 4.5 twist pike position. Forward and 4.5 twist pike. What a great dive. It's really a masterclass. Great job, Yang Jian Sichuan. This is the last dive of Yang. He got 110.7. It was paid off. That is a really great dive from Yang. And I believe he won in this competition. He got gold here. He is the winner. Yang Jian Xuan. He's really great. It was said here that the 14th National Association Water Women's Spring Final. Okay. This is very great. Such a teary-eyed moment for China national competitions. He's being congratulated by the Olympic gold medalist in this event. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share to this channel. Thank you.